I have a friend who has an extensive owl collection. It all started when she innocently purchased a wooden carving of an owl in front of her mother one afternoon. Isn't that cute? Her mother, in turn, sounded the family rallying cry. The news spread like wildfire, and my friend is now the horrified owner of owl potholders, owl clocks, owl earrings, owl slippers, I don't give a hoot t-shirts, needle-pointed owl pillows, owl salt and pepper shakers, stuffed owls, owl soap on a rope. On birthdays, holidays, and graduations, the dreaded flock descends, perching on her shelves, flapping up her wall space, peeking out from her closet. It's like a horror movie. I don't know how it got so out of control, she moaned one day as she unwrapped an "Owl always call you friend" cross-stitch wall hanging from her sister-in-law. This went on for years before she finally got up the nerve to put a stop to it, to thank them very much, but declare her world an owl-free zone from now on. Her friends and family were surprised, hurt, and indignant, and although the onslaught eventually stopped, they treated her like she was nuts. Fine, if that's what you want, but people love to tell you what you should and shouldn't want, regardless of how you feel about it. Even worse, we're so malleable, if we listen to them long enough, we'll tell ourselves what we should and shouldn't want, regardless of how we feel deep down. If we're not careful, we can stay stuck for years, or even lifetimes, in situations that cause us pain because we'd rather defend these non-truths than upset or disappoint anybody, our own inner critics included. We'd rather do what's expected of us than give ourselves permission to be, do, and have what feels good and right and awesome. For example, when I made one of my first attempts at crawling out of my lifelong financial stink hole, I ended up crawling right back in, even though I so desperately wanted out. My attempt involved a book entitled The Science of Getting Rich by an old-timey guy named Wallace Wattles. I don't remember what inspired me to finally pick it up. It could have been anything. When my cat needed stitches I couldn't pay for, and I was too grossed out to sew them up myself. When I lost my ability to turn my head to the left and decided it was time to start sleeping on a mattress instead of my futon from college. That time I accidentally re-gifted a pair of candlesticks to the same person who'd given them to me, and I vowed to only buy people presents from that moment forward. What I do remember, word for word, is the very first sentence of this book. Because as I sat reading in my living room / kitchen / dining room / bedroom / guest room, the first sentence of this book leapt out and spat in my eye, offending me to my core. It said this: "Whatever may be said in praise of poverty, the fact remains that it is not possible to live a really complete or successful life unless one is rich." Whatever, Wattles. Plenty of people are poor and happy and feel complete and successful. The fact that I myself was poor, and that I felt far from successful or complete as a result, was apparently beside the point.